What's up, America? It's your girl bringing you some news you can use. We are live, the #1 internet radio station, intellectualradio.com, which is an iHeart radio station. And we are finally getting ready to have this interview with the one and only Samantha Sweet Treat Thomas. No, not Thomas.
Redmond, girl.
Right. Oh my goodness, girl. This is something else with this, with technology. Oh my God. But I'm glad to have you here. It didn't record last week. The record button is on, so it should record. I see the arrow. I see the green light. So we are live. Intellectualradio.com, Making Waves with Miss Darcy. I am your host every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Today's show is sponsored by no other than Krispy Kremes. They make the most awesome donuts on the planet. I don't know what that is. What is that? They make the most awesome donuts on the planet every single day. They have several locations, one in Hillside, 110 South Manheim. They have one at 37 Block, which is at State Street. They have one in, I don't know what that is. They have one in Evergreen Park. I mean, not Evergreen Park. 17815. Oh my goodness. I lost my thought. 17815. I'm sure they have one near you. I can't even think right now. I am so sorry. But 17815 South Halsted Street in Homewood. And then last but not least, 9150 Southwestern Avenue in Evergreen Park. And this is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we are sharing stories. And my goal today is to inform, educate, entertain, and hopefully inspire. Please do me a favor and share this broadcast. There are so many people who are afraid to go get their mammograms, me being one, but I did schedule mine, and I'm actually going next week. So if you have not scheduled your mammogram, early detection is extremely, extremely important. And so that's why we have this. We have Miss Samantha here, Powerhouse Samantha, and I wanted her to share her story with us so that it would help us and it would inspire other individuals to go and get tested and not be afraid. Self-care is very, very important, and it could save a life and avoid us from having additional setbacks in life. So, Samantha, you want to say hello and introduce yourself to us?
Hi, my name is Samantha Redmond. I am a native of Maywood, married to Timothy Redmond. We all went to Proviso East, and I am also the owner of Samantha Sweet Treats.
All right. So Powerhouse Samantha, she's a wife, she's a mother, business owner, hairstylist, and the brand behind Samantha Sweet Treats. And she's a breast cancer survivor. And so a lot of individuals are faced with breast cancer, all races. It doesn't discriminate. Early detection is very important. So if you're not, doing the mammogram exam, please do that. It's very important. So I have a couple of questions that I want Samantha to share with us so that to show the importance of early detection. So Samantha, when were you diagnosed?
I was diagnosed 5 years ago in April.
Oh, so 5 years ago.
5 years ago in April, 2015. Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay. 5 years. And are you one of those individuals that do the breast exam regularly?
Well, not as much as I should, but I do them. And at that particular time, I did one in the shower, which is actually the incorrect way to do it. You really should be laying.
Share with us the correct way. Share with us the correct way.
You actually should be laying down with your hand over your head when you're doing the breast exam. You shouldn't do it in the shower.
Oh, okay.
So I think when you're laying down, you get more of an accurate testing, I guess you can say.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I was told.
And how did you feel when you first got the news? What went through your mind when you first received the diagnosis?
I think when you first get the diagnosis, you automatically think death. I think that's what most people think. When you hear the word cancer, you think, and I've said before, it's probably one of the worst things that you can hear. You know, any type of diagnosis, I guess, could be. But for me, and I'm speaking for myself, it was probably one of the worst news that could have gotten. You know, and at that
So
time
many
when you
things
get the
probably went
news,
through your mind when you heard it. It's
oh
like,
yeah,
oh,
oh yeah,
what? Oh my
yeah,
God, wow.
you automatically think the worst, automatically think, and it doesn't always have to be that way. So, but yeah.
So now, is there a family history of cancer in your family?
I have no
Oh,
one, not even my mother, none of my sisters, my grandmother, no history of it. So that's a good
okay,
thing, you know.
that was a good
Yeah,
thing. So now,
yeah.
when you heard the news, what did you do? What were your options? What did you do?
Um, for me, of course, when I heard the news, the options that were given to me, well, actually, I was really only given maybe one option. That was a mastectomy.
Okay.
But luckily for me, I did not have to do chemo or radiation. So
Oh wow,
yeah.
that's good.
So mine was considered, it wasn't even first stage. I never knew there was a zero stage. And that's basically when it hasn't like spread to like your breast tissue in other parts of your body or your lymph nodes and things like that. So even when I had the surgery, you know, when you have the surgery, they'll test your lymph nodes. And
Mm,
so for me, none of my lymph nodes, they take out a certain amount and
okay.
test those. And none of mine had any cancer cells in it.
So it's actually zero detection, which is like
Well,
unheard of.
no, I guess it's not heard of in the medical industry. It's heard of,
It's heard
but
of. Okay.
it's you have cancer, but it hasn't spread. So
And that's huge.
the stages come when you know when it spreads.
When it spreads a
So
certain part of your body, then
yeah, yeah,
it's a
or the surrounding tissue.
tissue. So
Um,
then it's a different
and like
diagnosis.
right, and you know, and it's different types of cancers. The cancer I had was called ductal carcinoma in situ, and it's cancer within the ducts, so basically your milk ducts. So it hadn't spread outside of that or into the breast tissue. So yeah.
Okay. Were you hesitant when they gave you the treatment option? Were you hesitant, or were you like, I'm going to do this? Did you have family support? What did you do after receiving a diagnosis?
Um, you know, of course, I talked it over with my husband. You know, um, honestly, my first thought was, well, won't I just get both of them taken off? But I didn't opt for that. I just went on and just did the one. But my family, you know, of course, was supportive either way. You know, my husband just basically told me, do what I feel is best. You know, how would I feel, you know, getting it done and everything. So he was there to support, you know, my mom, my sisters, my friends and stuff, and my kids. So I had a lot of support. And I think that's support is really big. I think support takes a little bit of weight off of your shoulder, you know, when you have someone to kind of share it with and kind of talk you through it, pray you through it and everything. But yeah.
Now, did they offer you like resources or people to talk to, or other medical assistance? Because what I'm hearing, and I'm not sure how true it is, that
Mhm.
being diagnosed with cancer, the insurance and the whole treatment thing ends up being costly if you don't have
Mhm.
insurance.
Yeah, well, I'm not familiar not having insurance. Thank God I had insurance. So I feel for people that don't because it is costly. You know, when you get a chance to like really look at the bills, it is costly. But they do offer you anytime you're diagnosed. For me, when I went through Loyola, they have it's like you have when you get the diagnosis, they line you up for meetings, you know, and things like that. So they offer you a lot of support, you know,
Okay, so they have resources
in the
available
hospital. They
then.
do. They do.
Okay,
They
well
give you
that's
all
good.
type. You get all type of pamphlets and things like that. Just a lot of stuff like that. Yeah.
Now, do they offer moral support there? Do they have like support groups and stuff for things like that at Laola?
I,
Do they
I
offer you referrals for other sources?
I've never had to use it, but I'm almost positive they do because I've went to kind of some fun events that were more. few times I went to an event called Bedazzle Your Bra. They take bras and bedazzle them. So that was more or less like a support, but more in a fun way. And they did offer, have information there. And so that program was just a lot of women that had been through cancer in some type of way, just to come out and relax and have fun and everything.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Now, did you have any obstacles that you had to overcome during the surgery process or the healing process? Did you have any obstacles or?
I did not. My success, my surgeries, to me, I would consider pretty successful. I didn't have any some people may end up with infections and stuff like that. But I didn't have anything like that. So most of my surgeries went well. So I had at least 3 surgeries. I believe it was 3.
But no setbacks. The healing process.
No, I didn't have any setbacks. The healing process was okay. It was a learning process. You really get a chance to learn all the different, see all the technology that we've come upon. I think breast cancer and technology in the medical field has come a long way compared to probably, back in the day. I think back in the day, they just kind of give you a boob to put inside the shirt and send you on your way. But now, it's, it's a lot.
Something to know her every day. Tracy Kincaid had a question. I think we answered that. They came in. They said, how long ago was that? But that's been almost 5 years, right?
That's been 5 years for me.
5 years.
5 years. Yep.
5 years, Tracy. And then she said, I think she had one more question. Why did she have she said, why did you opt to have it removed? Did you have an option not to have it removed?
No, I had what's called in a number of my mammograms before that calcification. So a lot of women get that and it's nothing. Mine had been nothing since 40. But what worries them is when that calcification changes or you get more of it and more of it. So comparing it to my mammogram the year before, I had more. And because I had more, I didn't necessarily have a lump that could be removed like a lumpectomy. Mine was just in an area spread out to where it wasn't like
area, it was just in that
one. It was just in one area, but it was in a big enough area where they couldn't do a lumpectomy.
Okay.
So they weren't able to just remove that portion of the breast tissue. So the mastectomy was the only choice. Okay. So I'm not a professional. So
who do you want your story to reach, Samantha? And what message would you like the women in our community, in the Proviso West or in Chicagoland area or wherever? Because people are being diagnosed like every single minute, even while we're doing this interview. And so you were fortunate enough to have support. Some people don't have support, but I do believe that different hospitals will have programming resources for individuals who don't, or maybe it's a different stage of cancer. Because every time I've heard of it, it runs in my family, and I shouldn't have a problem going and get it done, but I don't like to go and get it done. But I've learned to embrace it. Just hearing your story, other people's story, and then just my aunts, have it. And then I lost my cousin last year. To it. And so that's why it's so prevalent that everybody is saying make sure you go every single year. And how important it is to do the exams. So even though yours wasn't at a stage level, it's still important to do the exams on a regular basis. And just like you stated now, better than doing them in the shower, it's better to do them laying down. So that's I think that's really important for all women who are listening. But who do you want your message to reach, and what would you like for them to gain from that message?
Probably just I don't want to say all my sisters. When I say all my sisters, I mean all women. I wouldn't want this to happen to anyone, no matter what their race is. So those out there, people need to stop thinking that it can't happen to them. People need to stop thinking that if I go get tested, they're going to find something. If it's there, it's there. I'd rather for someone just go and catch it early. You never know if you can catch it early. But just know that, you know, you going, getting help, getting treated, or getting your mammogram is going to help somebody else. You know, I'm a hairstylist. So in my chair, I come across people because I've told my story. I have clients that will talk to me about it, you know, and say, I've been scared to go, you know, now that you went, I'm gonna go ahead and go. You know, it's funny how people say, I can't believe it happened to you, but it can happen to anybody. I'm not anybody special. You know, it can happen to anybody. So
Yeah, I mean, and it happened. It's not just breast cancer, even though they
yes,
they
yes,
do a lot of celebrating and breast cancer awareness for October
yeah,
every year. But
yeah,
you learn so much throughout the year, and people, it's like you say, it doesn't like, oh, I'm gonna select Samantha, I'm gonna select Darcy, I'm gonna
mm-hmm,
select Mary. It's
mm-hmm,
not like that. Just like with any other illness, it doesn't
right,
discriminate who's going to get it,
yes,
but we just have to
yes,
do our part and do our due diligence to try to take care of ourselves. And what I thought, as you get older, you have to do less, but as you get older, Samantha, you have to
right,
actually
right,
do more. You have
yeah,
to do more. You have to exercise. You have to eat
you
proper. Make
do,
sure you eat vegetables. And I'm not a fan of vegetables, but now I'm eating vegetables. The ones that I like, I'm
mm-hmm,
eating them. You have to drink a lot of water. You have to get proper
mm-hmm,
rest. It's so many
mm-hmm,
things. And like my doctor said, even though I lost a lot of weight, he said you still have to exercise. You have to
yeah,
find somewhere, sometime through the day, to get exercise in, so that you don't develop arthritis or rheumatoid. And I'm like, oh, why would I get
yeah,
that? But you just don't know. You could be fine today, and next week
mm-hmm.
you're gonna do three different things. You know,
So
so
true.
the older you get, like my parents would say before, keep living. And y'all be like, what are you talking about? And they say, you'll find out.
Mm-hmm,
And they
mm-hmm,
are absolutely, absolutely correct. But I thank you so much. We tried to
mm-hmm.
get this story shared last week, but it didn't
I
happen.
know, I know. Finally,
We tried it today too, but we got
yeah,
this story in today.
we did,
And I
we did.
know, yeah, and I know it's going to uplift and share others. I just want to
Mm-hmm.
thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming back, being a team sport, and sharing, taking time out of your schedule. I just think it's a lot of people need this, especially me, to hear other people. We need to
Yes,
keep hearing it, and it shouldn't
yes,
just be for October. It should be
yes,
it should be all the time. One last
yes.
question, Katie
Mm-hmm.
Lowe from Rhythm Flow Radio, and then we're going to let you go. She says, I can't even read this. Did she
The
have
BRCA.
the
I did not have the gene. I did not. I did do the testing. What she's talking about, there's a testing that you can do to see if you have the gene. I don't know a
Okay.
lot about it, but I did do the test, and I did not have the gene.
Okay.
So
That's something I
yeah.
got to look into, because I'm going next week. I'm gonna be right. I'm
Mhm.
writing all this stuff down, so
Mhm.
that if I can get more information, or even have this test, since it is in our family, whatever
Right.
I can do when I go,
Yeah.
I try to like to take questions with me, so I can so they can answer them for me, and not
Mhm.
be so afraid of the unknown. I want to
Yeah.
be able to know how to deal with it and move forward, because life is so precious. One last
Mhm.
question. They're
Mhm.
talking about shutting us back down again for this pandemic.
Oh God.
How do you feel about this whole thing, and has it taken a toll on you and your family or your business?
I'm dealing with it probably just like anybody else. You know,
Right.
it's like I'm wearing my mask. I'm not playing that. I'm not going to large gatherings. So I'm trying to be real careful because I do go to my mom's house. And you know, anytime you've had cancer, you have to be careful yourself. So you kind of consider, you know, at risk. So I try to be careful. Yeah, it's getting a little irritating, but as far as slowing things down, it has slowed down some things. But you know, in the salon I work in, especially in the salon I work in, people are slowly kind of trickling back in. But now I don't know what's going to happen. But you know, we're just being careful at the salon. We wear a mask all day long. We like cleaning after every client. You know, you have to, you know, space that time out to clean and everything. So we're
You
doing
have
things a little differently, but we're getting it done.
Yeah. Well, thank
Yeah.
you again for sharing your story. Please
Thank
share
you,
this
Dee
broadcast.
Dee.
Thank you so much,
Yep.
Samantha.
You're
And
so
do you have
welcome.
any promos going on for Samantha Sweet Treats? Give us how we can get in
I
touch with you.
do. Look, I do
All right,
have some
come on,
promos going on, so that's right. I got a event coming up, a virtual cupcake class coming up November 7th. If you go on my page, you'll see the link, how to pay for it. What else do I got going? Oh, you all can vote for me for the greatest baker. That's also on my page, Samantha Sweet Treats. I'm also on Instagram. So the voting opens up at 2:00 today. So I'd appreciate you guys and share it. Vote for me and share it. You can also text it to people too. So thank you,
so
Dee
we'll
Dee.
share that link for the bacon, and we'll share the event for the cupcakes.
Yes, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Virtual event. So are you teaching us
it's a virtual event? So you're going to be decorating. So you'll see it on my page. So you have to you'll come and pick up your kit. So you'll get a kit with everything in it that you need to decorate.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So you're doing it straight from home. Get your favorite drink, a beverage, whatever, a snack, and get online and decorate your cupcakes. So it's just gonna be fun. That's all. All right. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Samantha. I know you have to go, but thank you so
welcome.
much. I appreciate it. Take care.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So there you heard it, Samantha Thomas sharing her story, being a breast cancer survivor, 5 years. How amazing is that? God is good. I'm not sure if you all have voted. How many of you all have voted? Did you exercise your right to vote? Coming back to close out the show, and I'm going to also offer you some tips for how to get unstuck in a pandemic world that we're living in. You're tuned in to Making Waves with Miss Darcy on intellectualradio.com, which is an iHeart radio station. We'll be back in a moment, so don't go anywhere.
Hi, my name is Tina Olivia Tate. Listen to Making Waves with Miss Darcy on IR and iHeart radio station, Tuesday and Thursday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. We love you, Miss Darcy.
Hey, this is Lenny Williams, and I enjoy listening to intellectualradio.com and Making Waves with Miss Darcy.
Are bill collectors calling you? Are you afraid to answer the phone? Afraid of lawsuits, garnishments, losing your apartment, house, or car? Then call us for your debt relief options. I'm attorney Peter Francis Geraci. Chapter 7 or 13 can relieve the debt pressure. Call us now for a free phone mini consultation or log on to infotapes.com. We're the law firm you trust to get you out of debt. 1-800-401-4010.
It's a new year and the first anniversary of our revolutionary acne treatment. To celebrate, we have an amazing new offer for you. Order Proactive Plus, and for a special limited time, you'll pay just $19.95. Imagine yourself with skin so clear and beautiful, you feel confident to go after all the things you want. Make it happen today with Proactive Plus.
That's a huge difference. Look at that. Proactive Plus makes me feel amazingly beautiful.
Proactive Plus is dermatologist developed to help seek out and fix problem areas on your skin, and it's proven to work 4 times faster than the leading prescription.
This product is good. I started seeing results with Proactive Plus within the first week.
Now's the best time ever to order because we're offering extra savings to first-time customers. Call 1-800-773-5681 to get our 3-step system plus free gifts and free shipping. All just $19.95.
I use Proactive Plus every day. Like, I literally use this stuff.
American Express for travel and entertainment worldwide.
Just show them this, the American Express guy.
But someday, I may even use it on the moon. It's a marvelous thing. Oh! So you're going to play plane tickets, traveler's checks, a lost car. You ain't that works.
American Express's timeless safety and security are available on Apple Pay. The next evolution of membership is here.
Welcome back. I want to thank Samantha Redmond for sharing her story regarding breast cancer awareness in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Anybody who has a family member or is going through experiencing breast cancer or a survivor know that it requires a lot and it takes teamwork. And she had her family, her friends there to support her, which is very important. And we need family support, not just for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but we need it 24/7. And like Trace Kincaid says, Breast Cancer Month is every month. October is every single day for us. And so I want to leave you with a couple of things. If today is your birthday, happy birthday from Making Waves with Miss Darcy and crew. I hope you get everything that your heart desires. I want to send a special shout out to Sharon Henderson Turner and Oscar Turner. They're celebrating their wedding anniversary today. And I want to say congratulations, wishing you an abundance of continued love, laughter, and creating additional memories in your life. Happy anniversary. I want to share this with you. I came across this on how to be mentally strong. The tip Tuesday, I'm going to share with you later on today. But how to be mentally strong. Here's 12 things. The first one is don't fear alone time. Sometimes you need alone time for yourself, just to unwind and get to know you on a different level. So don't fear alone time. Number 2, don't dwell on the past. Whatever happened in the past, you can't bring it back. You just have to deal with it. Number 3, don't feel the world owes you. A lot of people are looking for that 40 acres and a mule. I don't think you're going to get it. But if you want to keep thinking you're going to get it or that somebody owes you something, then more power to you. But I would just leave that alone and move forward. Number 4, don't expect immediate results. No matter what it is that you do in life, don't expect the results to be instant. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes dedication and discipline. Number 5, don't worry about pleasing everyone. That's impossible. Start with yourself, maybe your friends and family and your children, but you cannot please everyone. That's just not humanly possible. Number 6, don't waste time feeling sorry for yourself. And what I mean by that, I'm going through something with my dad who's dealing with dementia, and we're going to Zoom court like every 2 weeks, and it's draining, it's exhausting, it's depressing, but I know that I'm doing it for a cause. But you have to deal with whatever happens, because once it gets beyond your control, then you have to pray about it and put it in God's hand and move on. And I know that's easy said than done. Number 7, don't waste energy on things that you can't control. That kind of go in with 6. So don't feel sorry for yourself. But some stuff we cannot control. When it gets beyond our control, we have to pray about it and keep going. It doesn't mean you're forgetting about it, but you have to move forward. You can't, it's like being in a rocking chair and you worrying and you just sit in that chair worrying and your life is passing you by. So some things we can't control and some things we may never understand. It is what it is, and we have to be okay with that. Number 8, don't let others influence your emotions. If there's something that you feel strong about, whether starting a business, creating something, doing something, nobody else wants you to do it or nobody else agrees with you. If you feel you should do it and you want to stand for it, then stand for it. You want to kneel for it, then kneel for it. Be the best version of you that you can be. Number 10, don't resent on others people's success. So if someone is successful, don't hate on them. Support them. Encourage them, cheer for them, be a cheerleader for them, just like they would in turn be a cheerleader for you. Number 10, don't shy away from responsibilities. Now, I kind of let that just float right by when I saw that. But, I couldn't wait to be an adult. But don't you know, being an adult comes with additional responsibility, more responsibility. You got to pay your own bills. You got to be responsible. You got to do a whole lot of stuff. So freedom comes with the cost. So responsibility, the older we get, the more responsibilities that we have. Number 11, don't give up after your first failure. There are so many people who are financially successful that failed so many times, but they kept going. And so that's where that 3 Ds come in: dedication, determination, and discipline. Dedication, determination, and discipline. We have to keep going, right? And last but not least, don't fear taking calculated risks. A lot of people say, oh, I could do this, but these are the downfall, so I'm not going to do it. You have to be willing to not let fear stop you from pursuing your dreams or taking calculated risks. You will never know if it will work or not if you don't take the risk. So I think we should all learn from those how to be mentally strong. And then here are some tips for entrepreneurs. Let me see. I got some people saying a couple of things. Let's see. Oh, Creed's Love Butter. Please support her. She has some amazing products. Go to her website, creedslovebutter.com. Check her out. She says alone time is great. And yes, it is. You can create some things when you got some alone time. And a laptop, computer, or a journal, you can create some things and make some things happen. Love you, girl. So support her. I'm going to put her link up today when I also put up Samantha's Sweet Treats. Let's start loving on other individuals, sharing with them so that we can grow. Don't let anything stop your blessings. So last but not least, the last thing I want to share with you is some tips on being successful. Number one, just start. You will learn so many lessons by just starting. Don't say, I'm going to start next week and then I'm going to start Monday. My thing used to be, I'm going to start the first day of the month. The first day of the month comes, then I'm going to start on the 5th. The 5th comes, then I'm going to start on the 10th. The 10th comes, and then we're halfway through the month. So if there's something that you really want to do, just do it. You want to be a hairdresser. You want to be a social media strategist. You want to be a radio personality. You want to be a traffic reporter. You want to be an author. Whatever it is, just do it. Number two, turn what excites you into capital so you can do more of it. So if there's something you like to do, like I have the gift of gab, I need to use that to the best of my ability, right? PPA, product producing activities. Product producing activities. So if there's something that you love and you think about it 24/7 and you can turn into capital or to revenue, then do it. Number three, business opportunities are always going to come and go. Find what works for you and use it. So if there's a business opportunity you think it will be good for you, then do it. Do it because you want to do it, not because somebody else is doing it. It has to benefit you and you have to feel good about doing it. Number four, don't wait for the perfect moment. There is no such thing. You have to create that perfect moment. Only you can create that perfect moment. Number five, set very big challenges for yourself. So dream big. If your dream ain't making you jump out of bed and do some stuff, then your dreams are not big enough. So make sure that your expectations are high and then go for it. Number six, work on whatever you are passionate about. That goes right back to what you want to do. You have to feel like that it's not work. It has to be something that you truly enjoy. You look forward to doing it, and then you're passionate about doing it. Number seven, if they're not calling you crazy, then your dream is not big enough. You have to be eat, sleep, drinking, talking about it 24/7 to make it real. Number eight, learn by doing and by failing. So if you're not failing enough, then that means you got to keep going. You got to keep doing. And no, don't mean no. It means not right now. It's just a delay in the no, right? Number nine, hire people that are smarter than you. Be around people that are smarter than you. You can't do everything. You can only juggle so many things. So hire people that are smarter than you and be around people that are smarter than you so you can learn from them. Number 10, take the best and leave the rest. Whatever works, you want to keep doing that. If it ain't working, then do something else. You know the old saying, if you're doing the same thing over and over again, it's called insanity. So you got to stop doing that. Find out what works and keep doing it. Number 11, listen more than you talk. That's something I'm working on. Listen more than you talk. We listen to respond, and sometimes we need to just listen to what the person is saying because that information can benefit us. Last but not least, don't dwell on failure. You made a mistake, you did something wrong, apologize, just don't keep making a habit of it and just move forward. Those are the tips I have. I do have some more tips later on today on Tip Tuesday. I'll share them with you later on this evening. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Making Waves with Miss Darcy. And in closing, you know my saying, build your own dreams or someone else will hire you to build theirs. Oh, and Katie Lowe, Rhythm Flow Radio, she's coming up today at 4:45. She says, support intellectual radio, Cash App, $iRadio. Support intellectual radio, Cash App, $iRadio. Thank you, Katie Lowe. Oh my God, this is my namesake, Dorothy D. Lee Boswell. Hello, sweetie. She has the most beautiful grandbaby. It also has to be your passion. You are absolutely 100% correct. So if whatever you're doing, entrepreneur, book writing, author, ebook, whatever it is, you have to have passion. Otherwise, it's not going to last. So you're absolutely right. Thank you for sharing that. and Creole's Love Butter. Thank you so much. I interviewed her. She's such an amazing, dedicated person, young entrepreneur, and she is out here doing her thing, and I applaud her. So thank you all, ladies, for tuning in. Please share the broadcast. Support Intellectual Radio, Cash App, $I-Radio. That's $I as in intellectual, radio as in radio, RADIO. Build your own dreams, or someone else will hire you to build theirs, and that could be me, Samantha Sweet Treat, Creole's Love Butter, Rhythm Flow Radio, Dorothy Lee, or Intellectual Radio. Don't forget to check out Wanda B. She talks about relationships on Sunday. So grab your wine and use some lobster tails and use some shrimp and use some mussels and Samantha Sweet Treats and some Creole's Love Butter, and tune in and get some relationship advice every Sunday at 2 p.m. Wanda B. That's all I have. Stay safe. Wear your mask, people. Wear your mask. And if anybody would like to get an Intellectual Radio sweatshirt, hit up Wanda B, Katie Lowe, or myself, and let's make it happen. Thank you, guys. Be safe, and have $1 million day. Bye-bye. Bye.